Is 6 hours of sleep enough? If you're like a lot of high-performing men, you're probably burning the candle at both ends. You're trying to run your business, you're taking care of your family, you're still trying to find time to stay in shape, and then maybe have some free time for yourself. Maybe you think that 6 hours of sleep is all you need to keep going, but here's the question, is it really enough? My name is Dr. Tracy Gapin. I'm a board-certified urologist, men's health expert, and the founder of the Gapin Institute, where we help high-performing men like you achieve peak performance in every area of your life. Today, we're going to talk about sleep and how important it really is for your overall health and performance. So first, why is sleep so critical for men over the age of 40, especially over the age of 50? It's an all too common picture. A guy's committed to trying to stay in shape. He's at the gym all the time. He's eating clean. He's reduced his alcohol intake. He's doing everything right, it seems, but his body's not cooperating. He can't burn fat. He can't build muscle, and he just feels off. Low energy, low drive, something isn't right. Does that sound familiar? Well, the reason this happens is as men hit 40 and beyond, your body starts to change. Your testosterone level and other hormone levels decline. Your recovery slows. It gets harder to build muscle. Your metabolism slows. It gets harder to burn fat. But there's one key factor that can truly make all of the difference, and that is sleep. So sleep is more than just downtime. It's actually where the magic happens. It's when your body recovers, repairs itself, your mind recharges, memory consolidation happens, hormone production occurs. And believe it or not, it's actually when you build muscle. So what you may not be aware of is when you're in the gym lifting heavy weights, you're actually tearing down your muscle. You're damaging your muscle so that when you sleep and when you recover, it will build up even bigger and stronger. When you're not getting the good quality sleep, not just quantity, but quality, you suffer and you're not going to be able to have those same results. So when you skimp on sleep, you're not just tired, you're actually sabotaging your energy systems, your hormone production, your metabolism, your drive, your overall performance, really everything suffers because of it. And so this is why I believe that good quality sleep is the foundation for energy, for cognitive function, for focus, for recovery, for building muscle, for having great sex, and ultimately for longevity. I really believe it is the secret to staying young and staying at the top of your game. The most underappreciated aspect of your health is sleep. So the next time you're thinking about powering through the night, trying to get by with less sleep, think of it this way. It's not a luxury. It truly is the cornerstone and the foundation of peak performance at every stage of your life, especially after the age of 40. So how does poor sleep disrupt your body? How does it affect all the stuff we talked about? Well, one of the biggest impacts that poor sleep has to your body is it raises your stress hormone called cortisol. Now, cortisol is important when you're in an acute fight or flight situation. You're being chased by a tiger. You're in a fight. You're trying to save your life. These acute situations, you need cortisol, but too much in excess can be a problem. When you have poor quality sleep, it raises your cortisol levels higher than it needs to be and for longer than it should be elevated as well. What this does is it crushes testosterone production as well as other hormones. It goes to the brain, specifically the pituitary gland, and it turns off production of these key hormones, especially testosterone, growth hormone, thyroid, DHEA, and others. What this means is low energy, reduced libido, muscle loss, burning fat. All of these symptoms can be related in many ways to chronically elevated cortisol. This will also make you store fat. One of the big consequences of chronically elevated cortisol is you gain weight, specifically you store fat. It slows down your metabolism. It puts you in what's called a catabolic state, which means you're actually breaking down muscle to store it as energy as fat because your body is sensing you're going to need it at some time. What this does is it raises blood sugar as well. So now you have issues with blood sugar regulation, which further worsens everything we're talking about, makes it more difficult to build muscle and burn fat, and it affects recovery, and it actually affects cardiovascular health as well. There are several studies that show that men who consistently sleep fewer than 7 hours a night are at much higher risk for developing cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, which is basically an early form of type 2 diabetes, and actually reduced lifespan as well. So no matter how successful you are in your life, no matter how you might have your nutrition and fitness and supplementation and hormones dialed in, if you're sacrificing your sleep, you're ultimately putting your long-term health and performance and longevity at risk. And so how much sleep do you need? Is 6 hours enough? Well, the answer is you need to be using a wearable so you can actually track your sleep to understand if you're getting enough or not. You see, when you sleep, you have different stages of sleep. When you first fall asleep, you go into REM sleep, and this is the lightest stage of sleep where you're actually arousable to sound. This is when you're dreaming. This is when a lot of the memory consolidation happens. And then you go into light sleep and deep sleep, and then you come back up again to REM sleep, and you do that whole cycle over and over again 4 times a night in general. Each cycle is around 90 minutes, give or take, and you have around 4 cycles a night. The first 2 cycles of the evening are where you get all of your deep sleep, and you want to aim for 1 hour, 60 minutes of deep sleep, and you'll typically get it in those first 2 cycles of the evening. You typically want 2 hours of REM sleep, and that's typically going to be in the second half of the evening. And the only way you're going to be able to know these data points, these metrics, is to actually track it. So you want to be using a wearable device to track, again, the quality of sleep we're talking about is the actual stages of sleep. Are you getting enough REM sleep? Are you getting enough deep sleep? The stages that actually matter. So this is why when we say you need 7 or 7.5 or 8 hours of sleep, it's not quite accurate. What you really need to focus on is, are you getting the good quality? And you'll get that when you use a wearable device that you can actually track this data. And that's why tracking these metrics is so important to truly understand if you're getting enough sleep or not. And so in the next video, we're going to talk a lot about how do you actually improve your sleep? What are the things you can do before you go to bed, as well as things during the day you can do? What are the supplements that you can take that might help you with this? But for now, it's important to recognize that sleep is not just downtime. It's actually a key stage of recovery and repair for your body to perform like it's supposed to. So be sure you're getting enough quality sleep that you need. Sleep is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. And when it comes to optimizing your hormones, improving your performance, and actually protecting your longevity, focus on prioritizing good quality sleep. So if you're ready to optimize your health and performance, check out gapininstitute.com/launch for a bunch of peak performance gifts and to learn more about our precision medicine approach to health and performance. Don't forget to hit the like button below. Subscribe to this channel for more evidence-based insights on optimizing your health. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.